Sunday, the 24th of January. This is the Democratic Alliance Labour Report. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it. As we watch corruption and devastation in South Africa, this is all coming out into the open. The situation is unfortunately looking a lot worse than it is. For instance, Eskom has had 15 years of rolling blackouts. This is set to continue. Despite everything else we've got in this country, we can't supply electricity, in particular to the business community, and our manufacturing capabilities have come down badly. There doesn't seem to be much honesty from government. The economy's on its knees, and unfortunately our government can't be relied on at all. Retrenchments are at an all-time high, and gaining employment in this forthcoming year of 21 is not going to be easy. The only hope that we do have is to turn around the employment situation, and the only way we can do that is to ensure that the vaccine is rolled out as quickly as possible. Well, quite frankly, we can't rely on the government to do it. We are hoping that the Western Province and the medical aid, they can do it. They have both got the facilities, the wherewithal, and I know that Premier Alan Winde has got a plan and has ordered the drugs. So let's hope that the government does see its way clear to allowing the Western Province and the medical aids to give us the vaccine. It's the only hope we've got for employment in South Africa today. I must tell you that we're starting to see high-profile individuals being fingered. For instance, we've just seen Gwedi Mantashe appears to have had his hands dirty from various power station contracts. We couldn't afford to pay for the vaccine, but we can afford to steal as much money as possible. It doesn't make sense. I'm Michael Bagray, the Labour spokesperson for the Democratic Alliance, and I thank you once again for coming on board. Please distribute this via Facebook, through your friends, anyone, business associates. It does help us, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do, however, want to personally mention the passing of Jackson Mthembu, the former chief whip of the ANC. A decent guy, a fantastic man with a decent sense of humour. I can tell you lots of stories of when I met him in the passage at Parliament. Decent guy, and we mourn him. I do want to discuss various issues today. The first one being the CCMA. This is an absolute mess. You would have heard in many of my other posts how I've praised the CCMA, I've praised the commissioners. They've been very functional. We've been able to get to conciliations, that's the mediation part, within 30 days, and thereafter get to arbitration if it's not settled within 30 days. They're not setting the arbitrations down. People are waiting for any sort of report from the CCMA. It appears that it's completely dysfunctional. The bottom line is, and it's really unfortunate, the bottom line is that the CCMA joins the UIF, workmen's compensation. I don't know why the minister saw it fit to destroy and hollow out an institution such as the Commission for Conciliation, Mediation and Arbitration. I don't understand it. But that's exactly what's been done. The unions, for the first time, have come forward. COSATU Western Province has sent out a press release, fantastic press release, stating that they're not going to take this, that they want to complain. They want to complain directly to the presidency about the CCMA. I support them in this, and hopefully they'll have strength to their arm in this complaint. It's no good having wonderful laws. It's no good having rights if you've got no one to enforce it. And we don't have anyone to enforce it because all the part-time commissioners who do 80% of the arbitrations are sitting at home. We were first told they would sit at home for December and January. Now it appears that there's no date as to when they're coming back. They certainly won't be there in February. There's no set-downs for February. We would have received set-downs. Nothing. There are no dates in February. There don't appear to be any dates in March. I don't know when they're going to come back to work. I'm hoping that the trade union movement gets together and forms an alliance with the employers' bodies to try and get some sort of private arbitration going so that people can have their disputes heard. I know many of the businesses are saying, well, it doesn't affect us. We don't really want disputes to be heard, but that doesn't make sense. Because if there is an employee who's been unfairly dismissed and they're going to get reinstated, we've got real problems. If the case is only heard in 6 months' time, then you owe 6 months' worth of salary. Just not worth it. So the CCMA at the moment is a mess, that's all I can report. I did say in the beginning of this post that retrenchments are at an all-time high. I'm doing it in my small law office. We are retrenching literally 50 people a day. It's not a joke anymore. People across the board, from senior management, middle management, and blue-collar workers, are all being retrenched. The problem is that many of these firms don't even have money for severance payment. They're entering into deals with their staff to pay the severance payment off over a period of time. The other problem, of course, is when they have to claim the UIF. The UIF is dysfunctional, as you know from many of my posts. So it's created a real problem. A lot of the managers, owners of businesses are coming to me and saying, can you force staff to take the vaccine so that we're all protected? I know from a moral point of view, it's good that everyone takes the vaccine so that other people are protected as well. But you can't do that in terms of any of our labour legislation, the Constitution, etc. You cannot force your staff to have a vaccine. You also can't tell them if they don't have a vaccine, they can't come to work. That you can't do either. That would be an unfair labour practice. So be careful about jumping into that pit. It's not good. If the staff are affected and obviously don't have any work because you're in the restaurant industry or entertainment and we're still under level 3, unfortunately, you don't have to pay. No work, no pay. It still stands. And despite the fact that we've been under this lockdown for over 10 months now, not much we can do about it. In fact, it's 11 months. Not much we can do about it. There's still many people sitting at home, no work, no pay. It's unfortunate, but that's the law at the moment. The government has gone ahead and destroyed the entertainment, restaurant, takeaway, anything to do with takeaway foods, the wine farms. They've just destroyed that completely. I don't understand it. And then on top of that, as you know, they have now introduced a bargaining council forcing the restaurant industry to pay more money into the coffers of another government institution. Doesn't make sense. I know it's being challenged in the court. I don't think the court will be very long to hear this, and hopefully the court will overturn that bargaining council. When people are still put onto quarantine, and there will be people who say that my aunt, I had dinner with her a few nights ago, she had COVID, I've now got to stay at home for 10 days. Again, those people must understand that they can use up sick leave, they can use up any outstanding leave, but if it's all been used up, then it's no work, no pay. It's an unfortunate set of circumstances. So once again, thank you for listening to me. It's Michael Bagram, Sunday the 24th of January 21. This is from the Democratic Alliance, and this is our Labour Report. I really appreciate it.